We do have some breaking news this morning about Nikki Haley and her future in this race. Let's go live outside Nikki Haley's campaign headquarters on Daniel Island, South Carolina. That's where we find NBC News correspondent Ali Vitale. Ali, what's the latest there?
Willie, it seems like it was just a few hours ago we left here wondering what would happen to Nikki Haley. And now, before the sun even came up over the Charleston area, it became clear to us through our sources that Haley today would not just be giving remarks around 10 o'clock in the building behind me, but that she would be exiting her race in those remarks. This is really one of those moments where we're getting answers to questions that we've been wondering for some time now. For instance, the role of Super Tuesday, and if that would be enough for Nikki Haley to finally say that this was no longer going to be her race and that she was going to cede the space to former President Donald Trump. But in doing so and in continuing to be in this race, she has been very critical of Trump on everything from his mental fitness to his moral fiber on the world stage. Of course, you guys were just talking about some of the things that Trump has said. And I go back to a conversation I had yesterday with a Haley ally who said everything that the Clintons did to Trump in 2016 may have faded from the electorate's memory, but the Biden campaign is going to revive that and more. You have to imagine that one of the voices they're going to be using to make that case as they now pivot to a general election is Nikki Haley's, because she has been clear and cogent in her criticisms of the former president. And that's not just coming from someone who was his active rival in the Republican primary. That's coming from someone who was his United Nations ambassador and worked in his administration. To that end, it's even more striking that we're told she's not going to endorse in these remarks coming up in just a few hours. It also makes sense, given the way that she made clear over the weekend that the RNC pledge is basically just a piece of paper. She had to sign it to get on a debate stage, but it's not enforceable. And certainly she is not going to be in a position of being forced into an endorsement, especially now as she leaves the race and basically says to Trump, the ball's in your court. Go ahead and win those voters back that I gained.
All right. NBC's Ali Vitale, thank you very much.